Oh, he's getting it now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Every Metal Custom. Today we're getting back on our 62 Comet project, and we're going to start where we left off on the last video. I'm going to show y'all how I do this section of trunk right here and get that fixed up correctly. But I want to throw a couple of shout outs to some people. First off, Joe Morton Sr. Your son tells me that you really do enjoy the videos, and that just tickles us to death. I'm glad you're getting watching and getting to enjoy them, and we just wanted to throw you a big thanks. And another fellow that I met here recently, well, I ain't met him in person, just on the internet, of course. He's another YouTuber. For those of y'all interested and enjoying the 62 project, he has a 62 that he's more or less doing back to factory, not some wild stuff like we're doing. And I've watched several of his videos and I really like them. And I would like to give him a shout out and try to help his channel out. Y'all go over and check it out. If you like it, please throw him a subscribe and tell him that I sent you. It is P Street Garage. I will throw the link down in the description below. But if you would, check him out. He's doing some cool stuff. Alright, now I need to quit yapping and get to work on this truck. And what are you working on now, Case?
I don't know what I'm working on now. I really don't.
Oh, well, Casey's got no clue. Okay, he's working inside the trunk. Remember the little panels that you're making inside?
Yeah, but all I gotta do is drill those and snap them in. It's done.
There we go. Well, that ain't bad. But when he gets the project made over there, I'll take the camera back over. But I know mainly he's waiting on this trunk so he can get that top piece situated and get it all lined up and shut. And if I don't forget, let's get our tail lights today. Yeah, I'm dying to work on the tail lights, so there may be a chance that you'll see the tail lights in this video as well. Alright, I've done yapped enough. Let's get to work. Alright guys, so where we're going to start, we're going to start right here. We're going past our rust spot. Let me get y'all in here a little bit better. Alright, now you see where I'm at. I'm going to start right here. Cut this section out all the way around to here. Anytime you got a rust spot, and this is just my opinion, the way I do it, I'll go an inch or so beyond that rust spot and cut, and that way I know I'm in this good metal and I'm going to get a good weld. Well, let me go ahead and cut this out, and the way I'm going to do that, I'll use my cutter. Once I get something into it, so I'll probably use a Sawzall to get a line started and get a piece peeled up. We'll come near the rusted spot, get in there. But anyway, I'll get all this cut out and then I'll show you how we make it. Alright guys, we got that cut out of there. And all I do once I get through cutting and grinding, I just take the shop vac and clean up all the little rust spots and everything. Now, once again, that outer panel looks good. It's got some surface rust on it, but we get all the bad cut out. So what I'm going to do is take some basic primer, go ahead and get all of that primed in there, then I'll come back and re-grind my welding points, and then we'll get to making some metal. Alright guys, we're going to make this in a couple of pieces here. We'll get this scrape section knocked out first. Put this blade in there, like so. Then we need to bend it right there. Alright, get a measurement on how far that there is. It's at 3.5. go ahead and get this thing bent over. And right now that homemade breaker work is just not working too good. So I'm going to show y'all how I'm bending these 90s. Go up here like this. This lift does have a good straight edge on it. Put that clamp down. Now I just need a hammer and a 2x4. Basically, bend it to a 90. There you go. Now we have that 90 there bent. What we want to do is go up under this lip here. So, see how far this is up. I can hold the tape measure. Just stand it up there good and straight. We're looking at a 1/2 inch. So, we'll just take a 1/2 inch here. We're just going to take it back over there, pretty much the same way I done. I'm going to bend this outwards, that way to come underneath that lip. Alright guys, got that piece made and got it set in there. Got plenty of clamps on it. That worked out like I intended for it to. Now we need to make this piece over here, which over here we can see. Alright, now I'm going to make this weird piece here that we cut out. But what I wanted to do was take this here and just give it a little more strength. So I just made a U out of some sheet metal. Just going to give it a weld down there. I weld it here. Get a little bit there. And then when I make this panel, we'll get some weld on there. That just add a little strength to it. Alright, now let's see if we can attempt to make this piece right here. We'll probably make it into 2 pieces. Yeah, I think we'll make all the flat first. We'll make this in one with the curve in it. But let's see what we can do with it. Alright guys, I have me a piece cut out. Make this corner. We'll try to make this piece here first. And what I'm doing, I got my measurements. I'm going to go over here on the English wheel and just keep trying to work this and see if I can get it to go the way I want it to go. I'm using the most aggressive wheel that I have too. Alright guys, I've really been working with this piece here. I had to do a relief cut. I just could not get that to go where I want it. That's a good basic piece right there. And so now I need to make this bottom piece. Then we can make our little top runner here. And by doing that, leaving all this one piece and then having that top runner welded in, that will give us extra strength for in here. Really don't need that piece under. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and try to cut out this flat piece that goes in here, and hopefully that'll go well. Alright guys, I got that plate right there made. And what I'm going to do next is go in here and start grinding some of this down, because it's got a little tilt to it, and get that bottom good and flat. And then I'll come back on camera and we'll make this piece here. Oh, check out these gloves that Casey got us. They're Vigo. Now, if you can see good in the light there. With these reinforcements on them, little grips on the fingers, but they still got the touch part, palm pieces. He says it'll help my hands from not getting so tired. So I'm going to check them out and I'll tell you what I think. But right off the bat, they feel pretty good. So, I mean, that was nice, Casey, to pick these up for us. Cool. Alright, now let's get back to work. Alright, guys, we have all that roughly welded in there. Yeah, I'm right in front of the fan of the heater. Just blew my gas all over the place and make my welds look crappy. But, hey, it will do, and I'll have to go back over it a little more grinding, a little more welding. That's part of it. Right now, and I did use that piece inside of here. As far as for support, I thought I might oughta. Right now I've got this piece of metal here, and we're going to use it to make our rounded off piece here, and get that finished up, and of course get us a little piece in there where we got that gap. So let me get this bent up right quick, and then we'll see how that's working out. And we got that little piece made up just fine. Now, I've got a lot of welding and grinding and so forth and so on to take care of. So I'm going to get on to that and see what I can get done, and then we'll move on to something else. Alright, so now we're at this step here. We've got all of our welding and our grinding done. And what I'm doing, guys, is just using this basic fiberglass jelly. I really like this stuff, especially for something like this where I'm just trying to fill in some small spots that I didn't get welded, or like over here was just a couple of little rust spots that I ground out and repaired with the fiberglass. That's coming along pretty good. Need to get a little bit more build up right there, get it smoothed out some. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to keep on keeping on. Go ahead and get another thin layer of glass on there and let it dry and get it sanded out. Alright guys, here's what our semi-finished product looks like. It's getting towards the end of the day for me, so I wanted to get some primer on it, because I do not leave the heat on all night. So it gets cold out here and there's moisture issues, so I wanted to go and shoot some primer on it, and that also showed me where a lot of the bad spots are. But all in all, I mean, the old trunk looks a ton better. This right here, yeah, it looks like a rust hole, but actually that's a drilled hole. I just got a little bit of the fiberglass around it, and they drill it back out. I think it's some kind of drain hole. I probably need to drill one over there. But yeah, not too shabby. And he sure stoutened up that trunk and got rid of all that rust. Now, next I'm going to go up here. I'm going to do this off camera and finish up front. I got to do some grinding. I don't think I'll have to do any fiberglass work up there that I know of. I might. I'll just look. But I do have some little pinholes here I need to clean up and glass them and take care of that situation. Alright guys, what I decided to do right now is just let the trunk alone, because I'm not sure once Casey puts this piece on here where it's going to strike back there. We may have to move this, move it in, do some fabricating or whatever to make that fit. So I'm going to wait until he gets back. He took a day or two off because he need to let that arm rest from that surgery. But until then, we'll get back to the trunk later. Right now, what I decided to do was start tackling this front end. There's a lot that needs to be done. As you know, we got all of our panels made. before I cried to get it sealed up. So I went ahead and just throw some basic black paint on that for right now. That'll be plenty good enough. And I'm going to get my panel here, trying to get it cleaned up right now. You can go back and look through some old videos when I was fiddling with this thing, and I used some silicone on here that never did dry, and I'm trying to get that crap cleaned off. It's just one of them strange things. But anyway, we're going to get this up there and test fit it. Because when we took it out, we did bend it up some, even though we drilled the spot welds out, we still got it bent. So I'm going to do some test fitting and see what we got to do to make this work, because we have to get that on before we even think about getting the fenders on. There's basically how that panel fits back on there. As you can see, there's a bit of a gap here. What we're probably going to have to do, I have to go through here and clean the paint back off of this piece, of course, where our spot welds were. We're going to have to go through here and just take this thing, pull it down, clamp and weld. Pull it down, clamp and weld. All the way down through there to get that where it's supposed to be, because that's very important. When the windshield goes in, the seal goes on this lip here and comes over this lip here. This has to be right. So like I say, we'll probably be doing it one dot at a time, which is going to be monotonous, but that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. And once we get it installed and everything, we'll make another little panel that'll come through here and go into here just for, you know, looks to cover up all that ugly. Now what I'm doing now, guys, I done cleaned up all the paint and stuff off of them. But when I was prying that out and drilling it, it inadvertently raised these up. So I just grabbed me this little ugly punch here, and I'm using this smooth end. And I'm just going in here, checking them, and if they're raised a little, just give them a little tap. Flatten everything back out. Yeah, pretty much every one of them had a little bit of rise. These are the little things that I always talk about that you need to pay attention to. Something like this can mess up your whole project. Alright. Now we got that done. Look across there and look at them. Yeah, none of them sitting up and looking goofy. Alright. Well, there's that little tidbit of info. It also goes for this lip here. It's got some out of whack. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the front of this bumper right here, and just take my little body hammer and go through here. This back out. Alright guys, by tapping we got it pretty close. So what I've done was set it up here where it's going to be, and I just took me some bolts, one on each end and one in the middle, put them in there and tighten them down, so that way we know that's exactly where it's going to be. And you can see that's still got some raise up to it. So I'll go through with the hammer and tap all of that and get this thing where it fits perfect before we do the install. Alright, we got that welded in there just fine. No, you don't have to fill this hole up. You get you some on the edge of each, and that's plenty enough to hold it. It's not going nowhere. Alright, so now what I need to do is go ahead and get my fenders on. I've done put this one on over here, and I need to gap that out a little bit. But notice at the bottom is really sitting out. Yes, I know that door needs to be adjusted, but still the bottom of that fender needs to come in. So I'm going to raise it up and see what the hold up is. And guys, fender's hitting right inside there. Y'all can see it's hitting right there. And forward thinking, This fender does have to go back a lot more as far as front has a drop, so this can go back. And when I line up this door, it's going to go up, so it's going to leave even more gap. So we need to get us a good little bit of room here in that corner, so let's knock that out. Alright guys, we got that fender there. Just had a little bit of cut that piece and take this right here and fold it in just a little bit. But that right there is perfect, almost perfect. It actually come out some. Yeah, I made a mislick with the hammer. Told y'all I was going to have to redo half of that door. Man, that thing's rough. Alright. Well, now the next thing we need to do is get this door adjusted. That way we can get our fender straight. Because what I'm going to have to do with the screw holes here that the Mustang fender went on, I'm just going to cut the bottom of that Mustang fender, screw it here, and then weld it onto the bottom of this one. If I get the camera up there. Weld it onto the bottom of this one, that way I'll have a way to hold the bottom of that fender. But we need to get that door done so we can see where our front's going to be. Well, I finally got that door lined up. Now that was a pain, but we got it. And that way we can get our fender lined up. And as you can see, once it moves in there, that is just fine. And we got just a shade of gap there at the bottom, a little bit more at the top. But this is good enough for us to be able to move it around. So what I did, I just took the bottom of the Mustang fender and cut it. And I'll just take that. See, it bolts up right there. And I'll just put that up under here. Bolt that up. And give me a weld zip across there. And we'll have a fender holder for the bottom. Alright, we got that piece done and welded up. So that holds our fender really, really well. And since I was feeling good today, went ahead and installed this door. Got her lined up. Yeah, not too shabby. Then went in and throw this beautiful fender on. Yeah, that's a showpiece right there. Don't let a lot of people check that out. Ran outside and grabbed the hood right quick. So this will tell me how far I need to pull these fenders in to get that gap straight down through there. Now, we've got to plan for our grill section and all of that. So, now that we know just about where everything's going to be sitting on here, like I say, we have to plan for our grill, which has been a Phantom grill with recessed headlights. You won't see the headlights or nothing. I think I'm going to use the parking lights on the bumper. I'll probably do that. But here's the next thing we got to tackle. Of course, we've got to take this bumper section off, which is not a big deal. But the radiator, of course, for it, you see how mangled up that is. No, this car has not been wrecked. It's not from an accident. That's from stupidity. Whoever pulled this from someplace, tow truck driver, somebody with a chain and too much foot power, they hooked these. And they're very easy to bend and tear up. As you can tell, that's what happened to this one. But we're just going to go right up here and cut this out anyway, because we've got to get this radiator situated back where it belongs. The AC condenser. And this right here is a power steering cooler, which we can relocate that. It's no big deal. Just a hose here and here. And all it is a tube that runs down through there, as you can see. It just loops itself. So, that'll be the next thing that we need to get into. Getting all that cut out of the way and remake us a custom radiator support. Well, we got all the ugly twisted metal cut off of it, and I'm just holding the radiator up with a strap. And I don't know if I can reach the camera high enough. Anyway, the top radiator brackets are on, so we know that it's sitting where basically it needs to be. And I got to thinking, I got that 98 GT out there for parts. So I looked at it and just run out there with my portable Sawzall and cut this one out. There's nothing wrong with this one. I mean, the supports are on there for the radiator, if I can stay out of the shadow, and for the AC and everything. So I think this would be a lot better just to use this one instead of making one. But let me get all the stuff stripped off of this one and we'll put it up there and see how she fits. Well, we got her in there and she fits. I mean, yeah, we're going to have to put some filler metal in there, but that's all right. Let's say it's a lot better than trying to make one, that's for sure. You see, it holds the bottom of the radiator just fine. Everything lines up well. The top of the radiator is, yep, where it's supposed to be. Check this other side. Oh yeah, outstanding. Well, I'm on to go ahead and get the welding and put some metal in and get this piece knocked out. And there we have it, guys. So it welded in there just fine. Ended up making these plates right here. A little extra holding, but more or less for looks. That way it covers up that big old hole where the bumper inserts come out for the Mustang. But I like it. Throw some cheapy black paint on it. It will work. Alright, well, I got the pan in here. I had to highly customize it, as you can see, a lot of cutting. But I wanted that pan in here to bolt to the bottom of these fenders, and just because I wanted that pan in here. So what I did, I went ahead and got my bumper sitting up there. I got clamps holding it. Just using some slabs of metal here, and got it vice gripped here. Got it all wiggled around and measured out. And I got this high-tech holding device here to keep this angle going on. Yeah, it's them high-tech tools that keep you rocking and rolling. This side's sitting just fine. But I mean, hey, we got her going on. Well guys, with that, I think I'm gonna call it a week on this thing. I think we got plenty of video out of it, that's for sure. This thing has beat me this week. But either way it goes, we made a lot of progress. The old car's really coming together. I am just thrilled to death. I mean, we got a long road ahead of us, but hey, we knocked a lot out and I'm happy about it. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. For the most part, I enjoyed doing it. Some of it really got me, but hey. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate you watching. Nothing else fails, we'll have another one up next Sunday and a lot more progress to make. Again, we appreciate it. If you would, throw us down some comments. If you're able, hit us up on Patreon. And please, like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Until the next one, I hope that everyone has a fantastic day.